What's up, guys? I'm Coach HOTSAUCE. I'm a relationship development coach. I invest in your personal development to help you bag the hottest relationship you could ever imagine. Today, baby, okay, we have a hot new topic. I think I coined the term, and what I call it is the serial honeymooner, okay? We're going to get right into it. So what actually is a honeymoon stage? Okay, a honeymoon stage is when you meet someone, you're interested in them, you guys both like each other, and you're going to get to know each other, but things are just seeming to be perfect, right? Y'all just moving right along, things are just seeming basically to be perfect, but you really don't know this person, right? But you're getting to know this person. And in that particular stage, you know, you're not really being your everyday self. You're putting your best foot forward. I mean, you're saying all the right things. You're doing all the right things because you really like this person and you really want to continue to see them and to date them and to get more, information about them or to get to know them better. That's going to be the traditional, honeymoon stage. And also in the honeymoon stage, you tend to overlook things that you would normally overlook once you get to know that person. That's kind of what's going on with the honeymoon stage, okay? So I have some notes here. I'm going to kind of refer to my notes because I want to take you through what a serial honeymooner actually is, okay? So number one, a serial honeymooner is addicted to the euphoric feelings of the honeymoon stage, okay? They're addicted to that stage. There's just something about that stage. Every time they get a new love in their life, it's just like, ooh, 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 right? Typically, the serial honeymooner has relationships, or their ideal of a long-term relationship is less than 12 months, right? Or around 12 months, right? They've had several of these type of relationships, and also with these type of relationships that last ideally about 12 months, they've also been cheating in those relationships as well. Typically, this particular person that is addicted to these euphoric feelings, they typically cheat. If they haven't cheated in, nearly all of their relationships, they cheated in basically every one of the relationships that they've ever been in. I want to also say this. Sometimes people that are serial honeymooners, they don't even know that they are. They're thinking that they're just kind of in these relationships and falling out of them and getting in them, but they don't really know that they're really actually just addicted to those euphoric feelings of the honeymoon stage, okay? So that's pretty much, why they're doing the things that they're doing. This person, the chemistry, when y'all meet, baby, the chemistry is like the coldest drink of water on the hottest summer day that you ever experienced, baby. I'm talking about the chemistry is on racks. It's very, very high. It's probably the highest chemistry that you've ever experienced with someone, right? They know all the things to say. They know all the things to do. I mean, they bomb, okay? They bomb. I don't know if we can still use that, but they bomb, okay? And you get in there and you like, oh my God, I've never really experienced somebody being this in tune with me. I mean, they are really, really good. You're going back and forth because you're really interested in this person and they really seem interested in you. Conversation is going right. They're doing everything right. They're saying everything right. You really don't have to do anything because they got it all down, okay? They have it all down. Everything is just perfect. I mean, it's basically perfect, okay? They're doing all the right things. They're saying all the right things, right? Here's the tricky part. This is kind of when you can kind of pin some things down. And I'm going to give you the kind of like the insider as to what to be paying attention to so that you can kind of figure out whether or not this person is a serial honeymooner or not. Outside of the fact that their relationships really typically don't last longer than 12 months, they really don't want to know much about you, okay? This is a huge, huge sign. They really don't want to know much about your past, if not anything, and they don't want to know much about your future, okay? They don't tell you much about their past, and they really don't want you to know much about their future either. This is probably the number one sign that they're probably a serial honeymoon, okay? They like the euphoric feelings of that honeymoon stage, okay? They've had a lot of relationships that last less than about 12 months. You know, it's accompanied with serial cheating, and then they really don't want to know much about your past or about your future. Let me tell you, communication is holds the keys to a person's heart. Okay, and if a person is not really trying to communicate with you on a certain level, that should already be a red flag for you, period. Okay, so moving right along. So here is where it begins to get, tricky. Okay, here's when you begin to see things start to slow down, right? After all the stuff has come out and, you guys are just on, come down off the high or whatever, this is when it starts to feel a little bit off, right? They begin to kind of pull back, right? And the time frame for that is about 3 to 6 months. Normally it's about 3-4-ish months, somewhere around in there. You'll start feeling them pull back. Okay, you'll start seeing them pull back. You'll normally feel it though. They'll just start to pull back. Okay, what I mean by that is you'll be having phone calls. You know how you guys will probably have regular phone calls. The phone calls will start becoming less. The conversations won't be the same. It'll start to feel like they're pushing you into the friend zone. And you won't really have any kind of resolve. You'll be like, wait a minute, why are we seeming to be moving in a direction that we weren't going in before? Why does it seem like you're trying to separate us? Then this is what they do. They're really good at manipulation as well, because they get in these relationships, they get out of them. They get in them, they get out of them. So they know how to move. You just have to be paying attention, okay? You have to be paying attention to be able to catch these things. They'll try to manipulate you and say, why are you tripping? Why are you saying that? We're good. What did I do anything to you? I haven't done anything to you. They'll try to make you feel bad for catching on to the fact that you guys are not in the same space that you were in, right? All of a sudden something's wrong with you, right? Anyway, you right? So at the end of the day, they'll try to push you into the friend zone. You guys really haven't been together long enough for you to kind of demand anything. They know that, okay? They know that you really can't demand anything because y'all ain't been together yet. That long. You probably, more than likely, you haven't even put a label on the relationship, right? So y'all really not together. Y'all might be together. Yeah, okay? They know how to play the game. You're the only one on the outside. So be paying attention. These people are real. They're doing this every day, all day. Okay, they do it all the time, like clockwork. Okay, like clockwork. So they're experienced in this where you may not be experienced. Okay, so once they push you into the friend zone, that's pretty much the end of the relationship. But I'm gonna tell you how that looks. For women, they normally tell a man, well, I'm not really, wanting a relationship right now. My life is not set up right now for whatever. And they're in that particular space, okay? But for men, they typically ghost you, okay? You're gonna get ghosted. And the reason you're gonna get ghosted is because the male, he does not want to have to deal with, neither does he know how to deal with your emotional meltdown. Because when you get into that type of situation and things are feeling great and things are going great, seeming like it's going great to you, and that person is just and they're gonna have to tell you, that this is not working out for whatever reason, basically because they're no longer, feeling you like they were before because they're a serial honeymooner. They're not going to want to have to deal with your emotional meltdown because that's typically what women do. Woe is me. What did I do? Did I do anything wrong? Sometimes it's not you, it's the other person, right? A lot of times it's not you, it's just the other person, especially if you're a good person and you know how to treat people well. It's probably not you, okay? It's more than likely this other person for whatever reason that really has nothing to do with you, right? So I would not suggest that you go into a blubbering meltdown because someone decides that they don't want to be with you for whatever reason. And that's just hot sauce, okay? That's just, but anyway. So that's pretty much where it goes. Now I want to play something real quick. I hope I don't get in trouble doing this, but I want to play something real quick. I'm gonna try to do it in like 2 or 3 seconds. Listen.
Every time I see my new girl is the best. Then I get another text from my ex. Oh God, it's like clockwork. She can do I take it down in my new purse.
Now listen to that. Basically, he just said what I said, okay? He basically said, every time I say my new girl is the best, okay? Then I get another text from my ex. On God, it's like clockwork, okay? This would be a typical person that likes the honeymoon stage. They keep getting these relationships, but I'm gonna also tell you just like this. The honeymooner, the serial honeymooner, they can take it from a new relationship or a new love interest. They can do it with them, but they can also do it with an ex as well, right? This is also something that is done with an ex. The serial honeymooner typically has contact with all of their exes, right? And they'll say something like, well, me and my exes are friends, right? Almost all of them and their exes are friends, and somehow, some way, they have the telephone number or some type of way to keep in contact with all of their exes, right? The reason for that is that the serial honeymooner can pick up those euphoric feelings from the back end or the ex as well. All it takes is time. That's all it takes. All it takes is time, okay? So if they've been away from each other for a while, and it's been a couple of years, and then all of a sudden she decides to mosey on back, or she calls him, he still got her number, all of that. Second phone, right? He still has her number and all of that, okay? So at the end of the day, he still she can call him, and like he said, it's like clockwork. She called me, I take her out, buy her a new purse. And you know what's accompanied with that, right? So at the end of the day, I'm telling you, pay attention to the signs. If this person is having multiple relationships that are lasting less than 12 months, if they've cheated in nearly or all of their relationships, if they're like super, super high with the chemistry, like something you've never seen or heard or tasted before, right? You know, if they're keeping up with all of their exes, if they don't want to know anything about you, your past, or your future, they don't want you to know anything about their past or their future, I'm telling you, you might have a serial honeymooner on the list. That's all I got to say. Thank you so much for watching. This is episode 3. I'm really excited. Come back, like, share. Please comment and let me know how the videos are going. And if you enjoy them, I know I enjoy doing them. And I will see you guys next time.